So let's dive into this thrilling yet tense topic of regional politics and U.S. involvement in the Middle East. It's like a high-stakes chess game where the players are unpredictable, and one wrong move could lead to serious domino effects. I mean, think about it. If the U.S. gets too entrenched in this conflict, the backlash could be devastating, not just for Iran, but for the U.S. itself.
Right. So what you're saying is that the potential damage to the U.S. could be greater than what Iran faces? How does that even play out, like in practical terms?
Exactly. Imagine if the U.S. establishes a military presence on the ground. It would be akin to pouring gasoline on a raging fire. There's no telling how that would escalate things. Iran's supreme leader recently claimed they wouldn't surrender. It reminds me of a stubborn goat. Once it's in a corner, it won't budge no matter what.
Ha! I love that analogy. A cornered goat. But, what does he mean exactly by not surrendering? Isn't there a point where you just can't keep fighting because of, I don't know, basic survival?
Great question. For Iran, it's about pride and national identity. They view any military intervention as a direct threat to their sovereignty and their peoples. So surrendering is basically equivalent to accepting defeat in their eyes, which would undermine their entire narrative.
So it's less about the physical confrontation and more about the, psychological aspect? I can see that, like when sports teams get so hyped up about their fan base that they just can't let their supporters down, right?
Absolutely. It's like the fans are part of the team's identity. Now, speaking of escalations, have you heard about the recent Israeli airstrikes targeting Iranian military facilities? They hit places like the Natanz uranium site. Big deal, right?
Whoa, wait, Natanz? Isn't that where, they're enriching uranium? That's a pretty risky move for Israel, isn't it?
You got it. And this just shows how precarious the situation is. The airstrikes have caused ripples of panic within the Iranian populace. I mean, picture it. People looking up at the sky, wondering if today will be the day. Kind of like waiting for the other shoe to drop during a bad thunderstorm.
Whoa, that's intense. And, how does that affect the government? Do they feel pressure to retaliate, or is there a strategy to, keep calm?
Oh, definitely. They're feeling immense pressure. Experts suggest that Iran has a formidable arsenal of missiles, but they're not sure how effective those would be in deterring further Israeli actions. It's like being at a card table, holding a royal flush but not wanting to play it just yet.
Oh, wow, that's such a vivid picture. And I guess the U.S.'s involvement adds another layer, right? I mean, President Trump's talk about increasing military presence. What's the strategy there?
Right. The strategy is crucial. It's like setting up for a massive game of Jenga. Each decision can lead to the whole thing teetering and collapsing. The U.S. needs to calculate their moves. Or we might find ourselves in a worst-case scenario. A cocktail of conflict that no one really wants to drink, you know?
It really feels like a doomsday clock ticking, doesn't it? So how do these players navigate such a tense situation without causing more chaos? Laughs.
Exactly. It's a balance of threats and diplomacy. Like walking a tightrope over a pit of snapping crocodiles. So as both sides continue their aggressive posturing, we're left wondering, what'll happen next? The stakes are just astronomical.
Wow, that's such a wild image. And I'm really on the edge of my seat wondering where this is all heading.